Thank you so much. It's really, I welcome everyone out here. It's really a privilege to see all of you being together for this historic and momentous occasion. And for us, it's not a small and ordinary occasion because it's about the unveiling of the brand, for which a lot of research has been taken place for the last 14 to 18 months. The creation of the brand name, what will it mean to a consumer, and what will it reflect the organizational goals as well, right? So I'll limit my discussion out here to the launch of the air purification category, which will be one of the many categories which will launch under the new brand name, Moonbow. So here we are, Moonbow air purifiers. It's a much debated topic nowadays about the quality of the air purification, what's happening in our metropolitan cities, what's happening in so many of the other cities where the quality of the air is absolutely low, and the consumer awareness in terms of reading newspapers, in terms of understanding what this air purification will actually bring in. There are some varied opinions, but yes, I can tell you the awareness level, the thought that we are living in difficult times and the air we are breathing is continuously hitting us, is preventing our children to lead a normal and a healthy life, particularly in these big metros as such. So what's Moonbow TGS? Whom are we targeting actually? We're looking for someone who's always looking for something new to add to their homes, in addition to the existing gadgets they have in their homes. They buy premium brands, could be by offers as well from time to time. They're creative and artistic, and they could be interested in fine art, music, and also they would be the ones who would be keeping up with the latest fashion trends in the world, in the country as such. And they are normally the consumers who do a lot of research, a lot of online research, who understand that products are mere generic in the sense that they compare the products, the features online, and then they take a sensible decision based on the kind of research which they do. And they, in terms of the position, they have the durables, the microwaves, the air conditioners, and all the LEDs and luxury emulsions is the one which they use for their house, for the paints. So new technology for this group of consumers is a status symbol. It's no longer about just incorporating the technology. For them, it's a status symbol. They live with it day in, day out, and they do travel. And for them, home is a reflection of their signature taste and style. And whom are these consumers? Where are these consumers actually? So 40% of these consumers as of now are in the metropolitan cities. So what will the Moonbow brand will help to? So we're talking about refreshing your world. We're not bringing the threat element into the consideration, which so many players are talking about. We're not talking about purity. We're not making tall claims and showing you some deciphering pictures whereby which, the quality of the air is showing you in a very, the health in a drastic state. We want to take the conversation forward. We don't want to get our conversation, the brand conversation will move steps ahead of just, rather than getting reduced about creating fear factor in the minds of the consumers, why they need to have an air purifier in their homes. So what we believe is that we should give you freshness, which will keep you energized always, most of the times, like how it should be in actually. So as part of our expansion plan, as Mr. Somani has just said, so these are the couple of the categories which we'll be investing in and moving into. So air purifiers is a launch as of today, 15 December 2015. We'll have water purifiers coming in soon in alliance with a very major global player in water technology. And we'll be bringing in state-of-the-art products from that global partner, in association with that global partner. And we want to be a very prominent player in that blue ocean category called water purifiers. We'll also be into the food ozonizers, which is a smaller category. The need for a food ozonizer is building by the day. I don't need to take you through all this because you all know, everyone who reads this day in, day out. The air quality, the quality of the air which we are breathing is terribly bad. We talk about Delhi having an air quality index of 300. And can you imagine, as we are sitting, what does New York have? It's got 31 as the air quality index. So it means clearly that the quality of the air in Delhi is 10 times worse than New York. If you go further to Scandinavian countries, they're less than 20. So where are we living and what times are we living? So we're talking about 15 times more unhealthier air than probably a country like Norway or Sweden or Denmark for that matter. and even US, it's just 31. We're talking about New York, we're talking of the big cities. So this is the kind of awareness, which we will have to build into the Indian consumer, which I think many of the media giants out here, our friends, are pretty much into. Or Delhi, for no reason, is called India's asthma capital as well. I mean, these are the statistics which many of you would already be aware of, just reflected in one more way. So out of the 20 cities in the world, 13 are believed to be in India, not believed to be, they are in India, which are supposed to be the most polluted cities in the world amongst these 20, and they are graphically here. You know, much as we keep on saying about Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, you know, many people even don't know that at times, you know, a city like Ludhiana has the worst air quality index in the entire country. Cities like Jaipur, some quality air as we go by. So it's not just reduced to just the 13, 14 cities which we're talking about. 54% of the India lives in regions that do not meet the NAAQ standards, which are the standards for fine particulate matter, and we are talking about almost 99.5% Indian cities where the pollution levels are much higher than what WHO has actually reminded them of. And leading the bill is, of course, Delhi with a AQI of around 250 to 350. So what pollutants do we breathe actually? You know, we talk about the particulate matter, which is 2.5 microns, and the conversation has moved from PM10 to PM2.5, the more finer of the dust particles varieties, which cause pollution and which cause hurt to your health as such. Pet allergen, pollen, VOC, passive smoking, secondhand smokers. We talk about dust and smog, exhaust gases, bacteria in the air, and industrial pollution. We love to jog in the morning believing that the air is fresh, and very little we know in the winters it's the worst in the air, it's worse in the morning. We talk about our rooms being air conditioned, how beautiful the air is, how healthy and clean our rooms are. We talk about, oh, we don't really need that. But do you actually know our rooms are nothing but they are a factory for producing all these pollens and VOCs in your room, because you are making them as efficient heating chambers. You don't let the sun, you don't let the heat go out during the winter, so you keep them as chambers, and all these are producing pollens, harmful spores, which can only affect your health. So the indoor air, as we say and understand, is the worst of the lot actually. So what do you need? A very safe and pure air for you and your loved ones. And that's where we come, the Moonbow. So the Moonbow brand, as Mr. Somani has told about, you know, the brand promise is expect the unexpected. The whole idea is in each of the categories where we'll operate, we'll have one or two SKUs or products in that category which will be completely different from the rest of the competition, and which will speak about why is this expect the unexpected. So here we are launching 3 SKUs, and the best part about launching of these 3 SKUs is all 3 of them have a unique capabilities at the high end to the low end, the 5-stage filtration process. And that's why we'll call them, it's not working. So air purifier powered by Purify. And so what is this Purify? I'll just talk about just a bit. So this is Purify with the refreshing energizers. What do you mean actually? So this is basically the 5-stage filtration process, which all 3 products, all the 3 SKUs which you are launching today will have that. So the first is the pre-filtration process, which is basically the normal washable pre-filter, which you can take out and wash. It will basically take out your large dust particles, and which can you wash from time to time. Then there's a true HEPA filter basically. So HEPA filter is basically the heart of the air purifiers and is the high efficiency particulate air, and this is a Korean made, and the estimation is that our HEPA filter is cleaning 99.985% efficient in trapping all the allergens actually. So normally if you talk about, you would have heard a lot about PM2.5, the conversation is moved to 2.5. So our product, the HEPA filter, actually filters the particles down to 8 times to 0.3 microns. So that is the power of this HEPA filter actually. So, and it cleans almost 99.985%, and hence qualifies the American health standards, which is the AHM standards, which are one of the few standards which have been a part of standardizing for this industry as such. So then is the activated carbon filter, which is basically, the industrial pollution, talking about the benzene, formaldehyde, and also the odors which are in your room, so it clears that. Then the UV lamp. The UV lamp basically has got a life of more than 10,000 hours of working, and it almost destroys 99% of the viruses and bacteria which are present in your room. So what this happens, so once the air enters and passes through these 4-stage filtration process, in the end, when it passes through the UV impact, so what happens is that the negative ions are created in the air. So the negative ions are released by this air purifier. They go into the air and they mix with some of the dust particles and create refreshing energizers. So this air does not only make it purified, this filter air purifier does not make the air only pure as we call it, pure, and we keep on talking about conversation, my air is more pure than your, my air purifier talks about more purity. Here we are talking about the moment the air goes out, and this negative ions, what they will create is refreshing energizers. So the refreshing energizers will make your room feel refreshed, energized. It's something very similar to, if you are at the side of a waterfall or in a, particularly a green belt as such, where you feel energized and refreshed. So this is what is the role of these refreshing energizers. And needless to say, it also improves your pulmonary and heart functions as well. So as I told you, this is about the refreshing energizers. And so Moonbow air purifiers, again, I'll say, charges the negative ions in the air, and which traces airborne impurities and freshens the air. And user confirms the freshness feeling around the product once it starts working. It's not just that our products is differentiated too. Our route to market is unique too. At HSIL, we believe that we have to get into innovation, not just at the product level, not just at the marketing level, but innovation at the level of bringing some of the disparate partners together. There's a lot of conversation in the Indian markets, on the Indian business milieu for the last 3-4 years about what impact the online has made on the lives of the consumers, positive, negative, whatever. And then there are big retailers in the large format retail who also got their new lease of life recently, in the sense they were not there in the country for many years. So bringing these two partners together, our approach to unifying them is also here. So we had the first ever exclusive launch of a Moonbow brand air purifier on the two of the most admired India's retailers. So normally these online guys don't need to call them e-tailers now, they also want to call themselves retailers. So we have talked about two of the most admired retailers being here, which is Amazon.in and Chroma, and they are represented out here. I mean, Ritesh would not be happy to call them retailers, I'm sure. But yes, that's what they call them. And it's a great day for us, actually. So both of them are here. And they're going to be, and we're going to partner with Moonbow. We're going to partner with Chroma for the complete offline setup across their stores. We have identified 20 stores across the country, spanning over 6 to 7 cities where these products will be visible from tomorrow onwards. And we are also tied up with Amazon as our only exclusive online partner. And the best part is we always talk about disparity in prices in online and offline, And this is the first time when you will see a price on the online portal and on the offline portal at Chroma is exactly the same. Not to talk about the margins, of course, right now. So we'll just take you through the product AV of the purifier. So you'll see this is the high-end purifier called 8608. Can I have the AV, please?
Presenting the next-gen air purifiers from Moonbow. Expect the unexpected. Moonbow air purifiers are powered by Purifier technology to make the air fresh up to 99.985%. Pre-filter, true HEPA filter, activated carbon filter, UV light and refreshing energizers. At the first stage, the washable pre-filters captures large particles like visible dust particles, human hair, etc. At the second stage, the true HEPA filter traps all allergens and airborne contaminants down to 0.3 microns. At the third stage, activated carbon filter filters out odors and other VOC. The UV lamp at the fourth stage destroys microorganisms such as germs, viruses, bacteria, and fungi. At the last stage, refreshing energizes generates negative ions, which makes the air in your home as close to natural environment. It helps remove VOC, pollen, cigarette smoke from your bedroom. It also helps remove external gas, industrial pollution, hazardous air pollutants from your office, and protects your children from dust and smog, pet allergens, bacteria and viruses in the air. The beautiful LED indicator changes color accordingly from red to blue as the air quality in the room gets cleaner. You can also set timer from 2 to 8 hours as per your convenience and have a sound sleep. UV lamp can be switched on or off as per your convenience. LED indicator tells you when it is time to change the filters. Moonbow Air Purifier. So many features in this beautiful compact machine to keep you and loved ones breathe fresh air always.